front of goal. It has been a very intriguing start to the WSL season. All in all, some unexpected results. There was one of the new signings for Arsenal over the summer, Joe Montemero, the Arsenal coach. He's approaching a year in charge now. Emma Hayes, of course, formerly on the staff at Arsenal. Loves these London derbies. So the champions against the league leaders. The WSL's best defence meets the most potent attack. London rivals, trophy rivals. This really should be very good indeed. Chelsea 25 matches unbeaten in the WSL, a run that stretches back to May 2017. But this one of the toughest tests in that time. Arsenal, Lucy, flying right now, and they'll see this, you'd think, as a real opportunity.
Yeah, at the moment they're the team to beat in WSL. Arsenal, they started off with a flourish, lots of goals. Chelsea have been a little bit more pragmatic. They've not particularly conceded, but they've not scored that many goals either, so really interesting contest. But like you say, I think Arsenal will come here and thinking we can get 3 points.
Was this Arsenal's first chance of revenge after Chelsea beat them in last season's FA Cup final? It was only the Gunners' second ever FA Cup final loss, that from 16 finals. It's chested down by Nobbs. Now it's Little. G. Bright wearing the captain's armband. That with Karen Carney among the substitutes today for Chelsea. Eriksson. Spence. So back here to Carly Telford, who started for England at Meadow Lane in that victory over Brazil last weekend. Emma Mitchell to take the throw in for Arsenal. Just like in most parts of the country, it has been raining pretty much all day here. It's going to make for a pretty slick surface. How much do you think that'll affect the players and the way that this game is played, Lucy?
I think they'll love it. I mean, the defenders and goalkeepers don't love it, but I think in terms of attacking, that's exactly what we want, because we've got some great attacking players on show today and we want to see goals.
Nice feet from G. First glimpse we've seen of Kirby. It's a great run, and it's pulled back in the direction of Spence. It's a ball over. It's just about stayed in play here. Played back by Van der Donk to Leah Williamson, who came on as a sub for England in that draw against Australia at Craven Cottage on Tuesday night. There were 4 Chelsea players in that England squad, 3 from Arsenal. That was a mistimed challenge from Spence.
Yeah, it'll be a tough afternoon. She's not happy there, Kimberley. She was caught by Drew Spence. If there's any, see how she just, she's got to be careful, Kimberley, with the serious injury she's had, but I don't think there's anything malicious about Drew Spence's attack. But I think with Williams and Bloodworth, it's going to be a difficult afternoon for them. And it's not just the pace of Kirby, it's how she moves. She just drags centre halves about, and it's really difficult to defend against. So they'll need a little bit of protection in front from Baltic.
Bloodworth, going to have to get used to saying that. Of course, it was Janssen. Name change after getting married. Here's Kirby with England waiting in the middle. What a fantastic opportunity. It should be 1-0 for Chelsea. Kirby and Bachmann are appealing for handball. Cleared by Mitchell, but what a let-off that was for the Gunners. Now they look to mount an attack of their own. It's Beth Mead with Miedemar central. Nobbs getting forward towards the edge of the area as well. It's over towards Nobbs here. End-to-end stuff.
Yeah, she probably had more time than that, Jordan Nobbs, but terrific counter-attack from Arsenal, but Chelsea had a massive chance to put themselves in front. But if this is what the rest of the game's to go by, the first few minutes, then we're in for a good one.
Lisa Evans it is who's coming forward to take this. It's been in fantastic goal-scoring form with Scotland international Evans. Balti. Williams. Carter, who was a summer arrival from Birmingham. Eriksson. Billy Bright. Closed down by Beth Mead. Chelsea's long unbeaten run at home in the WSL. 17 matches they've gone without defeat. The Gunners actually the last side to beat them at home in a league match, that in July of 2016. It's been an awfully long time. Kirby. Nicely done by Kirby. Picks out G. G has Engman in the middle. Kirby with a view to pull it back to in the area. Next the angle, G.
Bodies in the way. Arsenal. Fran Kirby started off as she finished her England duty this week, full of confidence and running.
One back here by Spence. Torsdottir finds G. Kirby looking to peel out wide. Carter was already out there. G. Eriksson. It was an appeal, wasn't there, for handball by Chelsea? It was very close, wasn't it, for Mitchell?
Yeah, I mean, she could quite easily have given that. I'm trying to see where the referee, I mean, you can see the assistant referee right in line. It's just difficult whether that can give that. I mean, what a chance this is. I think she was trying to just place it. You see how she turned her left foot inwards, just place it the opposite way to the dive of the keeper, but there's a shout for handball there. But I just think that was given against me. I'd be really disappointed with that. No sort of intent whatsoever to play the ball with the hand.
Spence for Chelsea looks to release Kirby, who's come over to the left-hand side now. Batman and Engman waiting patiently in the middle, but Kirby will go alone. Straight out Pero Mania.
Kirby just loves that run in between the full-back and the centre-half, and neither knows whether to go with her, and that's what I was talking about before, about the difficult afternoon for Williamson and Bloodworth. Just her movement just drags you, and you've just got to stay within your shape as a centre-half, and somebody at some point's got to mark her.
Eriksson started Sweden's 2-1 win over Norway just recently, was a second-half sub in the 1-0 loss to Italy. Carter is 20 years old. Let's see that she can get herself into Phil Neville's thoughts perhaps ahead of next summer's World Cup. Carter.
Well, she was Birmingham's standout player for the last couple of seasons, young player, so it was pretty obvious that at some point she would make the step up. Chelsea took that chance on her, and a good signing, shrewd signing for Emma Hayes. With the ball back here to Bloodworth. Mitchell. It's important when you play against Chelsea that you try to deny that space in behind your back four, but also in between your midfield and back four, because that's where G will pop up, that's where Drew Spence will pop up. They are very difficult to defend against. Having said that, you know, they haven't scored in a couple of Leeds games already this season, so teams have obviously worked that out. I know Joe Montemurro will be looking at a game plan for his team, but fully confident that his team can score and outscore Chelsea.
The lack of goals from Chelsea, one of several surprising things that have happened at the start of this WSL season. Champions have far from had things their own way. As Lucy says, only 2 goals in 4 games, and both of those goals came in their last game. That 2-0 victory over Brighton. Arsenal played out a 7-goal thriller with West Ham in their last game at Meadow Park. Daniela van der Donk on the ball here with a hat-trick in that game. Here's Leah Williamson. Telford finds Bright. Chelsea's England internationals. Chelsea maybe settled the better?
I think so. They like this. I mean, she said before the game that they're playing at home. They like this stadium. It's a fantastic pitch, great surface. So they're confident here. It's up to Arsenal to come and beat them, and I think Chelsea have that ability to just switch it on at home.
This is the 4th time Chelsea and Arsenal have met since Joe Montemuro's arrival at Meadow Park last November. The Australian coach is still to get the better of Emma Hayes. There have been 2 Chelsea wins and a draw. It's the most notable victory, she would say, the FA Cup final at Wembley.
It's really where you want Van der Donk on the ball, attacking player. Push back a little bit on this right-hand side.
In her 4th season with Arsenal, the Dutch international. She's so integral to the Dutch's home success in the European Championships. Nicely done by Nobbs. Mead. Nobbs. Yet to really get top scorer Miedemar into the game, but they do now. That was right on cue.
Miedemar, good old-fashioned centre forward. Just want to get her on the ball, width of the 6-yard box really, and she'll score from anywhere. Good defending in the end. The first real sight of goal that she's had in this game.
Arsenal's first corner kick of the game. Got plenty forward for it too. Lots of movement in there, and it's come across to Miedemar. Chip forward by G, as the conditions, I'm afraid, continue to worsen here. Mitchell. Now Williamson. As it goes towards Miedemar, shoulder of the last defender where she likes to be, the Dutch international, was cleared by Anderson. Mitchell. Chelsea might not be at their best at the moment, but they're still 9 games unbeaten in all competitions, won 6 of them as well. 2 in-form sides, I guess you could say. Well, 2 sides difficult to beat. Arsenal have won all 5 of their games so far this season. 28 goals the Gunners have scored in those 5 games. Astonishing, really. Here's Spence. It's blocked by Bloodworth. There's a really nice turn by Kim Little.
It's great for Arsenal to have Kim Little back and back to her best as well. Such a clever player, dictates play.
Another nice turn that. Thrown by Engman, who tried to play it through to Kirby. Jules Dottier. G. Batman showed too much of that to Mitchell.
So when Chelsea look to play along, what Arsenal are doing is they're going a lot deeper. Quite clever play, really. Something from Joe Montemuro.
G with the shot. It's going to run here for Engman. It took a deflection and it's behind for a corner kick to the Blues.
Arsenal obviously come with a game plan just to stop that ball in behind, really. You can see they're trying to get 1 and 2 touch play on the outside of the box. Eventually it falls to Engman down this left-hand side. Good defending by Lisa Evans. Also trying to force the play in front of them to less of a threat then.
How much it's playing on the mind of Adelina Engman, that early missed opportunity. And played in by Kirby. It's Batman who's across though to take this corner kick. Part of that Swiss side that beat the Belgians on away goals in that World Cup playoff semi-final. It's hanging in the air and it was Spence who attacked it.
Well, in the end that was a free header, but it was the defender across the front of her put her off. But she has that capability. You just see there, great timing of a jump, Spence. It came to her and I don't actually think that she expected it to come over Williamson's head. An opportunity though.
It's been in the goals as well, Drew Spence. 6 she's managed in 8 appearances this season. All of those in the Continental Cup, 2 in the Champions League. G. Chelsea certainly having by far the better of the possession in the opening 16 minutes or so. Emma Hayes said before the game, Lucy, and I can understand why, that they have to take one game at a time, Chelsea. They can't afford to let their minds maybe wander towards the Champions League game against Fiorentina on Wednesday. But surely it must be in the players' minds a little bit.
I'm sure it is, and the players on the bench as well. You want to play in these big games, but this is a big game today, and that's really important. They've dropped points, for their high standards, they've dropped points already in the league. And when you've got Arsenal playing as well, and then you've got Man City, this league's going to be a lot closer at the top than I think for at least the last couple of seasons.
Miedemar, and it's in towards Beth Mead, who is straight offside.
That's a good run by Mead. Good ball from Miedemar through. I don't really want Miedemar as deep as that, but what a clever ball that is. Just got the other side of the defender. Carter did Beth Mead.
Did well for England, and she got a start against Australia on Tuesday night. Beth Mead was very unlucky not to be awarded a penalty in that game. Some very questionable, to put it mildly, refereeing decisions in that England draw with Australia. Bloodworth. Van der Donk spotted the run of Nobbs. Eriksson taking no chances.
Typical Jordan Nobbs run in behind, difficult to mark. Has to have a midfield runner tracking that did well there. Eriksson, just for the fact of her pressure, Jordan Nobbs got her team in the corner.
Arsenal do here? Williamson up from the back, Miedemar a target, even the left hand. Mitchell is one of those in there. Eddie Bright climbed highest in the box, straight back in there from Williamson. Bright got ahead to it again. And a volley clear by Drew Spence. Arsenal just keep them under pressure here, the champions. Van der Donk, Little. it goes from Backman. Doughty with the header forward. Nobbs. Evans. Daniela van der Donk. Good movement here, and it's pulled across towards Miedema. Mitchell. Miedema. Mitchell goes down. Big shout for a penalty, and it's been given.
They've had sustained pressure for the last few minutes now. Arsenal. My first reaction to that the referee was right, Adam.
It was Engman with the challenge.
Great little ball through again from Miedema. Yeah, she just took her out. I mean, I don't think anybody has any complaints about that. She took that first touch. That first touch is so important for Emma Mitchell. And then the defender, just a little bit slow to react. Didn't really know she was there, I don't think.
It's Little who's going to take this. She has 9 goals in her last 8 games for club and country. Little for Arsenal. Scores. Confident penalty from an in-form player. And the Gunners lead this London derby.
She's got ice in her veins. Kim Little, you put your house on her scoring against any goalkeeper. Let's hope that she can save penalties. She wasn't that far away either. She'd probably be really disappointed that she didn't get any sort of harder touch to it. But Kim Little, I mean, for all the possession and the chances that Chelsea have had, just that last few minutes, they just got a head of steam up. Arsenal did, and clever little balls into the box, clever play around the box, and eventually Emma Mitchell on the ball gets fouled, and themselves one down.
The first goal that Chelsea have conceded in the WSL this season comes in their 5th match of the season. Not very often that Chelsea have to come from behind at home.
Yeah, I just see that the goalkeeper coming out there to Fran Kirby. Really, really difficult as a goalkeeper to time those properly.
There's 2 have stayed back here for the champions. The head of Eriksson.
I'm sure the game plan is going exactly how Joe Montemurro wanted it to do. Playing deep, forcing Chelsea to play in front of them so they couldn't get in behind with the pace that they had, and now he's got his team in front, so Chelsea now have to take a few chances, throw some more bodies forward, which obviously leaves them a little bit more vulnerable at the back. It's an intriguing game this, as we all knew it would be.
Blocked by Van der Donk. To say it's a tremendous goal-scoring record that Little has. Against Chelsea, 6 goals in 5 appearances. Unbeaten in 7 WSL appearances against today's opponents. Kim Little has put the Gunners in front from the spot today. Mentioned earlier, Lucy, that it's approaching a year now that Joe Montemurro has been in charge of Arsenal. Can you see progress that's been made in that year?
Yeah, definitely. They look fitter, they look more organised, and I think, you know, simply the girls really like him and his style, the way he treats them, the way he trains, and I think that really helps. I know it sounds silly, but that actually helps, the way that the team gels. But I think more than anything, they look more organised, they have a really good structure about them.
Given away cheaply. Van der Donk, who's got runners either side. One of them's Nobbs, the other is Miedema. Here's Jordan Nobbs. Tried to return it to Van der Donk, but it's Nobbs again. Van der Donk brings it down. Beth Mead is there too. The goal scorer Little. Wide it goes now for Mitchell. Mead. Mead going down was challenged by Bright, but straight away the referee, Sam Perkis, shook his head.
Yeah, just a little bit of momentum lost on this right-hand side. I think when it first came to Jordan Nobbs, she should have had a shot. I don't actually think that was a foul, but the ball was kicked against Mead and Chelsea had the throw-in.
That was a risk from Telford, one that she just about got away with. They are playing with a confidence here, Arsenal. confidence at the minute after missing that golden early opportunity for Chelsea, then giving away the penalty too.
Just unfortunate that in front of goal. You know, she has the capability to finish those and see what she was trying to do, but don't forget that, and she's experienced enough to do that, I think, in this game.
Batman just turned straight into Leah Williams. Arsenal appealing for the free kick and getting it as well. It was Leah Valti who went to ground.
It's amazing how momentum changes within games. Chelsea were on top. Arsenal scored against a run of play, and now Arsenal look like they're on top and Chelsea look like they're struggling to get to grips with it. I do like the look of Valti in that position that she's playing for Arsenal. Just offers that little bit of protection to the back four. Type of player.
It's been getting some rave reviews for her performances since joining Arsenal. Leah Valti, Swiss international, started all 6 games since arriving from Turbine Potsdam. Nobbs. Vivian Miedemar showed too much of it to G. Valti.
Chelsea win it back. You can just see straight away that's a trigger for Kirby's movement, Backman's movement, and Engman's movement up front. Arsenal dealt with it quite well so far.
Chelsea going to have to rediscover that scoring touch in front of goal. They're going to turn this around, but they've got defending to do here. Little. Van der Donk. Little. Stayed on her feet and then got the shot in, but that's great play. And not too far away from a second goal of the game for Kim Little.
Just when you thought she was taking too many touches in that area, she just spins onto her left foot, sees that space, just couldn't curl it in to that top corner, Kylie Telford's. Excellent play again.
Has worked with Joe Montemuro before. That was in Melbourne. Kim Little in the 2015-16 season, won a league title actually with him in Australia. Here's Kirby. Little decisive in the other box now. She's having some game.
Communication between the pair of them then. Could end up with one tackling the other, but swept up by Kim Little.
Van der Donk. Bloodworth. Little. Bloodworth.
Chelsea getting a little bit overrun in midfield. Midfield 3 for Arsenal. Nobbs, Valti and Kim Little. They're doing really, really well. Just on top at the moment, and I think that's why you can see the momentum with Arsenal at the moment.
Evans. It's a fantastic run. Pull back here for Miedemar. He looks for the room for the shot. And actually, it's deflected and easy take in the end for Kylie Telford. Mead. Intercepted by Evans. First time ball to the captain Little. Nobbs. Evans. Former Bayern Munich player Lisa Evans. some nice stuff, Arsenal. Certainly a confidence about them, you'd expect that, having topped the table before the start of play today. 9 points from their 3 games. Don't forget, you can see all the goals from the 5th tier. It was non-league day yesterday. Lots of goals in the Vanarama National. You can see all of them tonight at 10 o'clock. That's on BT Sport 1.
Just looking at the Chelsea team, the player that you want to get on the ball in midfield is G, and he's not done that enough, particularly since Arsenal scored. She makes things happen. She's bright.
Balti and Batman, the players involved there. Of course, Swiss international colleagues.
Know each other's game inside out. Just caught her a little bit there. Batman quite high, really. I think the referee reacted by sprinting towards it to see if there was any reaction. That's we talk about the reaction of players. There was no reaction from either player, so that sort of simmered the referee down a little bit. Nothing from the crowd either, but it was quite a high foot from Batman, who seemed to sort of pull away from the challenge.
Throw-in taken quickly by Kirby. Batman. Batman's dug out the cross. And it turned into a shot in the end. They hit the frame of the goal. Anderson.
I think Romania knew where that was. It's a good effort down that right hand side from Bachmann, twisting and turning. Let's have a little clip. The goalkeeper really didn't know whether that was going to go in or not. I think that was more a cross than an effort. It turned into quite a good effort in the end.
Scored twice against the Gunners in that FA Cup final win at Wembley back in May. Anderson. Little. Chelsea, remember, invincibles last season in the WSL, went the whole league campaign unbeaten. Manchester City, the last team to beat them in a league match. That was in May 2017. Eriksson halts the progress of Miedemar.
They're not holding back with the challenges, both teams in this game. It's so important to both of them that they get the 3 points from it.
It's 3 games in for Arsenal. I mentioned they have that 100% record. And you look at the starts of Chelsea and Manchester City, who many saw as it being a 2-horse race between. I guess we have to consider, don't we, Lucy, in the circumstances, Arsenal are genuine title challengers, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. You know, they have a season to sort of bed down. Joe Montemurro's printed what he wants within this team. He's brought good players in, that's important. Good players in the close season, and they're gelling really quickly. They obviously enjoy playing. They've got a certain style to them, and then they've got people on form like Kim Little, like Miedemar, and that really does help in terms of the overall performance of the team.
Arsenal without any European football to distract them either, which could be quite telling in the end. I'll be hoping maybe that Chelsea is slightly distracted today by that round of 16 tie they have coming up with Fiorentina, the first leg on Wednesday here. They beat SFK 2000 of Bosnia and Herzegovina 11-0 on aggregate in the round of 32, Chelsea.
It's not really about how taxing those games were or weren't, it's the travelling as well. You know, Emma Hayes got to think about what's her team for the Champions League, what's her team for the league, and whereas Arsenal are just thinking about, you know, 1 game a week at the most. What a great little touch from Frank Kirby that was.
Instantly brought down, the layoff by Batman. She fouled there, she was. Chelsea with a free kick in a very dangerous position, particularly with the wind swirling around here.
Just as it came to try to turn, I think it was Beth Mead. I think if she hadn't have touched the shirt, the referee wouldn't have given that. Just can't put hands on players, particularly when they're as bright and they move the ball as quick as G. Big opportunity here for Chelsea.
Batman, G, and Eriksson. The players showing an interest as Batman walks away. Placed by G. Shade over 10 minutes of this first half to go. The champions unbeaten so far this season, but having to come from behind at home here. Little's penalty the difference. G or Eriksson. It's G. It's well held on to when you consider the conditions.
Precisely delivered by G. Romagna, she knew exactly where she was going to put it. You have to guess which one's going to take it, the right or the left footer. That's terrific goalkeeping in the end, because there wasn't much wrong with that free kick from G.
The summer arrivals, Pauline Perromagnan, brought in from Lyon, where she was the backup goalkeeper, keeping Sari van Veenendaal out of the team at the moment. Bright. Carter. Controls by Jonna Andersson. Throw in his left here by Van der Donk. Higgins to come and take. Mention the fact Chelsea have that Champions League tie with Fiorentina coming up in the week. Of course, they're the only English side left flying the flag in this season's competition. Manchester City beaten 3-1 by the Spanish side Atletico in the round of 32. Disappointing early exit for one of last season's semi-finalists. Great first touch, hits the chance for the shot and takes it. Brilliant from Miedema, fantastic centre forward play. And Arsenal double their lead here.
Has played throughout the team, absolutely brilliant. Kim Little, what an architect she is, and that touch, that's the one that does it. Gets it past Eriksson, but she's still got a finish against a top class keeper, takes a touch past it. I think in the end, oh yeah, got the deflection from Eriksson, and that just sent so difficult for the keeper at that speed. When you get that sort of touch, no chance in the end, Kylie Telford.
Miedema's 5th league goal of the season. She's already beaten her goals tally in the league now for last season, and Emma Hayes' side have it all to do.
Yeah, they do. I think Arsenal have just played this game terrifically well. Their game plan, that's been put in place, it changed a little bit as the first half went on, and impressed with the 5 players, and that makes a difference. Just a sense of Chelsea's vulnerability at the back, and they've played on it and got the ball in good areas, and then when you've got someone like Miedema who can finish, create opportunities like she did with that terrific first touch. He's still vulnerable. Even against Chelsea, you're vulnerable at 2-0, but the way Arsenal are playing, they're particularly dominant.
Is it? I know that Little in particular has been excellent in that midfield, Lucy, but I just wonder, tactically, has Montemuro maybe got this spot on?
I think so. I think he's got it spot on at the back. I think he's playing a little bit deeper, so Frank Kirby can't hit him on the break. In midfield, they're controlling it, overrunning Chelsea, and then when they do get into the final third, really devastating. There's a long way to go.
He had said before the game, Joe Montemuro about the need to show Chelsea respect, putting them on their own patch. Little. They want more here, Arsenal. Greedy for goals.
You see the amount of space that Kim Little had when she picked that ball up that was just played aimlessly into the middle. There's real Chelsea midfielder.
Such an intensity about Arsenal. That was driven in by Nobbs. They're certainly not settling for two.
No, they can sense blood at the moment, and I think when it's 2-0, they know if they can get that extra goal, it will be really, really difficult for Chelsea to get back from it.
Very much on top, the Gunners, and seeking to make the most of it in this London derby.
Yeah, anyone who's been 2-0 up and lost 3-2 knows exactly what that scoreline means. That extra goal, and they will push for it while the momentum's with them. Arsenal.
It's the last time they played here in the WSL. Chelsea did win 3-2. They didn't come from 2 goals behind. Bright wins it in the air. The great thing about this game for the neutral is, despite the fact that Chelsea are 2 down here, they are a team who've got the firepower to get back, as G reacts angrily to a challenge from Van der Donk, who's no...
Say, 2 feisty little characters, those two. Love it. Both of them, they will just not give an inch. Both about 2 foot tall, but they're really, 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 really feisty. Obviously they're taller than that, but they're very small compared. If you're going to pick on someone your own size. That's what I say. See, I think it was initially a kick from Van der Donk there that she didn't like, and a little bit of a push.
Well, it is a London derby after all. Spence. Anderson. G.
You only have to look at the red shirts in Chelsea's half, and that tells you the story of the game. How many players are committing forward because they can sense that they're going to pick the ball up within Chelsea's defending half.
Let's tell you about forthcoming Premier League game that we have coming up. Wagner against Klopp, Huddersfield against Liverpool, Saturday at 5, that's on 4. A big boxing night as well, Yard against Sakara, which is Saturday at 7:30 on 3. And our next live WSL comes from Solihull, Birmingham against the champions next Sunday. Another chance here maybe for Meads. Good stop, Telford. Not sure whether that was creeping in. It was a close run thing at the near post.
And earlier on in that play, I think there was a foul on Eriksson here. I think she was pushed, and that's what she thought, but great effort from me, but Callie Telford's equal to it.
The way things are going at the moment, Chelsea be glad to get in for half-time with this scoreline as it is, because Arsenal look certainly the more likely at the moment to score the next goal, and it's been very much Arsenal's half, Lucy.
Yeah, we say it in a lot of games, but really in this game, the next goal, if it comes, is vital. Whoever it goes to. If it goes to Chelsea, then game on. If it goes to Arsenal, then...
This is the first season that WSL has been a fully professional league. Last minute of normal time. Could Chelsea get one back before the break, maybe? Batman's been found by Kirby. Batman goes on. She's slapped that cutting edge, haven't they, the champions?
Just unfortunate things really on the edge of the area, not particularly playing with that full confidence, feeling that they have to get that next goal, and sometimes decision making suffers because of that.
to added time we go at the end of this first half. Just a minute of it. Bouty. Long it goes from Williams. Ericsson's underneath it for Chelsea. The chance for one last attack at the end of this first half for the champions. Batman. The play by Pauline Pedro Mania. Arsenal's half in this London derby. Kim Little at the centre of just about everything good that the Gunners did. Scored the opener from the spot and then was involved in the build-up for the second. Scored by the Dutch international Viviane Miedema, her fifth in the WSL so far this season. The champions' unbeaten record very much on the line here at half-time. It is Chelsea 0, Arsenal 2. We'll get the half-time thoughts of Sue Smith and Laura Bassett shortly with Amy Barber.
The time has finally come. They're ready to go, and we are ready to go. Time to bring the action! Oh my goodness! End zone. Touchdown! Against the goal! What a moment! Against the goal!
If you're with BT already, anyone in your home can get £5 a month off mobile just for having broadband with us. Our starter SIM is £8 per month. It's perfect for staying in touch with unlimited calls and texts. Or for £12 a month, our 3GB Essential SIM handles whatever life throws at you. While for £15 a month, our 6GB Perfect All-Rounder SIM is great if your phone buzzes and beeps every 5 minutes. Plus, you'll get fast 4G and Wi-Fi in more places than O2, Vodafone and Free. So get the SIM that's just right for you. Search BT Mobile or call 0800 756 5235.
Shih Tzu,
Cockapoo.
Bloodhound,
Collie.
Border Collie,
You know your poodle from your spaniel,
Poodle.
but do you know what you can do with your pension pot? PensionWise offers free, impartial guidance over the phone or face-to-face. To book an appointment, call 0800 138 1888 and we'll give you some
Pointers. Love it.
Let's make an offer.
Thank you so much. Bye.
That's the mortgage sorted.
Fantastic.
And they're saying I need to take out life insurance to pay off the mortgage in case anything happens to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just take their offer.
No. I've been checking around. You should go direct to Beagle Street.
Oh, really? Why's that?
He gave me a really good price. Took no time at all. Here, have a look on Beagle Street now.
Beagle Street make buying life insurance simple and straightforward. A quick quote takes a couple of minutes. There's no need for a medical, and a 32-year-old could get £200,000 of cover for under £7 a month.
That's a much better quote than the bank.
We're recognised as best online life insurance provider, and independent reviews rate us excellent. For great value life insurance, go direct to beaglestreet.com or call 0800 048 0480.
Light up your life with the incredible Tri-Bright from JML. The super bright LED lights that are completely wireless and so easy to install. Simply stick and click, bringing dazzling light into the darkest of spaces. Push on and off or use the remote. Dim the lights or set the timer. Each pack contains 3 triangular lights, perfect for all around the home. Cupboards, closets, shelving and more. Let there be light with Tri-Bright from JML. Only $19.99 from Asda, Boots, The Range and Wilko.
How do you feel
someone is looking over your shoulder. Not all snoopers can be seen. Cybercriminals can steal your sensitive information. Hackers can intercept your data on public Wi-Fi, but not with the NordVPN app. It helps protect your privacy by encrypting your online data, and it's so easy to use. NordVPN, your shield from online snoopers. Download and enjoy trusted internet security and privacy.
Right now in Yemen, nearly 10 million children are in danger. 4 years of conflict is taking its toll, and now as fighting continues, children are facing the devastating consequences. Many children are so severely malnourished that without food, water, and basic health care, they will die. Just £3 could help buy life-saving food to feed a child for a week. That's why I am asking you to text YES to 70094 right now. I've seen for myself the incredible impact your donations have. UNICEF is already delivering life-saving food and supplies to desperately hungry children, but resources are running dangerously low. No child should die because they don't have enough food to eat. So please, don't wait. Text YES to 70094 to give £3 to help save a child's life today.
I'll take you both on. Smash those nasty credit card cash withdrawal charges, 118. Our new credit card won't charge you to take cash out, 118. We showed them, 118. Sure did, 118. Apply for 118 credit card today.
Arsenal are continuing their lightning start to the season here at the home of the champions. Kim Little getting them on their way with a goal from the penalty spot. And Vivian Miedema with the second to give Arsenal a 2-0 lead at half-time. Yeah, it's been sort of following the international break. It's back to the usual afternoon lineup on BT Sport next Saturday. BT Sport Score will keep you up to date with all the goals as they go in from 2:45. That's followed by Premier League action as Liverpool travel to Huddersfield Town. Live coverage of that one getting underway from 5 o'clock. That's what's coming up. I was too eager to get onto what's been happening here. And it has been a very entertaining first half, you'd have to say, dominated by the visitors. It's been an excellent game, and I've been so impressed by Arsenal. I think they've got the tactics absolutely spot on. I think every time they go forward, they look dangerous. I thought Chelsea probably started off the better of the two sides, but as soon as Arsenal got that first goal, I just thought they settled into it really, really well, and been really impressed with the front five, if you like, at times for Arsenal. Yeah, it's certainly all coming forward in that Chelsea. You know, they attack in such huge numbers, Arsenal, and they're finding spaces. Yeah, that's right. And what I've really been impressed with, Miedema, she's dropping into the midfield, which then allows Jordan Nobbs, Beth Mead to come in off the line. They're just so fluid in that movement, and as soon as they're so comfortable on the ball, they can play each other in, and likewise we've seen Mitchell and Evans, the two fullbacks, get forward and support the attack, so they're certainly very fluid and very comfortable at the minute. And it was Emma Mitchell who had a big part to play in the opening goal, the overlapping run, and I don't think there can be any real question marks over this penalty. Oh, no, it was a definite penalty, and it was a lovely ball from Miedema at first, but it's that first touch, if you see that first touch from Mitchell, just invites the challenge, and it's a definite penalty from Engman. I don't think anybody questioned that, and what a confident penalty from Kim Little. You know, you could see all the way through the game she was confident. Carly Telford, I think, maybe gets a fingertip to it, and she's actually such a good penalty stopper, so the fact that Kim Little was brave, was confident, and obviously got the first goal. Yeah, Kim's had such a fantastic start to this match, a fantastic start to the season. The goal there, and again, heavily involved in the second one. Yeah, that's right. Kim Little's been pivotal in both boxes. She finds so much space just behind the Chelsea midfield, plays in Miedema, and there's only one thing, she's shooting to goal, but it does take a deflection. I think Eriksson, she is left-footed, so she's going to slide tackle with her left foot rather than a right, might have gone out for a corner. But Miedema in this situation, she's just going to get the ball on target, and I like that, anything can happen. Yeah, I think Carly Telford slightly wrong-footed by that deflection, but Chelsea did start well in this match. First 10 minutes, they were up at the other end, and they really should be ahead. They started really well, and they dominated possession. Very good little passages of play. What a ball from Frank Kirby, and I don't know what happened
end, we watched it again and again, and you just think, did she take her eye off the ball at the vital moment? She went with her left foot, but it was poor, and she'll be really, really disappointed with that. And then that was obviously, was that a penalty? Was it not a penalty from Bachmann? I personally don't think it was a penalty. I think Laura agrees with that. It's too close.
Yeah, I don't think it was a penalty. But I think Bachmann's been dangerous. She's been coming in off the line, taking players on, but, you know, I don't think... We've seen those crosses go in, but, you know, Chelsea really need to be a little bit more ruthless, a little bit more clinical, and get more bodies in the attack to support and really try and get Arsenal on the back foot.
Yeah, it has been a half for Arsenal. One big word happening, I'm sure, in that Chelsea dressing room from Emma Hayes now. They've got it all to do in this second half. The champions are trailing Arsenal by 2-0 at half-time. We'll be back with the second half shortly.
Thursdays are buzzing. Unai's young guns lit up the night.
The 18-year-old has its first Arsenal goal. Reaches Hakim Rastagiana.
You enjoyed that one, Stevie?
And it's slipping away from Celtic's front.
Forget that game, boys. You've still got time. And Blues.
Willian with a lovely flick on the
Well, they're in cruise control. UEFA Europa League. Every match live and exclusive on BT Sport.
Could you beat the energy pacifier, Steve? If you switch, yes, you can. Boom! Game time, baby.
You switch. Switching made simple.
Tame that there. With some emergency cash from Sunny.
Yeah, that's life support.
Sunny.co.uk.
Sometimes you need to go to war. Rehearse your battle with the Warrior Mannequin. DiamondFootball.com.
If you've been injured in an accident, talk to an experienced lawyer from Slater & Gordon, who will handle your case with skill, care, and commitment. Our lawyers secure substantial awards for victims of accidents at work, road traffic accidents, asbestos-related diseases, and accidents on holiday. For a free consultation, call us today on 0800 557727. Or contact us at slatergordon.co.uk. Slater & Gordon, your case is our cause.
This is Alan. He's an equity release advisor with Age Partnership, and he loves his job. Through rain or shine, he helps people access the money they've built up in their home. Alan gets to explain to homeowners over 55 how they can release tax-free money from their home, how they would not have to repay the money until they passed away or moved into long-term care, and how they would clear any existing mortgage. Alan compares the whole market to get his customers the best deal. Speak to Age Partnership, the UK's #1 equity release advisor, to request your free guide on 08080 555 888, or use our equity release calculator at agepartnership.co.uk.
Don't miss a sale at Currys PC World. Save £200 on these powerful Dell laptops with Intel Core i5 processor, just $549. Save up to $100 on these powerful Miele vacuums. This Miele C3 Pure Power is just $149. At Currys PC World, we help you get it right.
Welcome to the world's favourite online betting company. This season, Bet365 will feature over 300,000 different sporting events. We want you to feel so close, you can almost touch it. Oh, please, gamble responsibly.
At Glasses Direct, all of these glasses are 2 pairs for £19, including lenses. You should go direct to glassesdirect.co.uk.
If you want war, then let's have it.
I've dreamed of taking back my home, but if I have to fight for it, then I will.
balcony with fish and chicken sauce.
Download the Just Eat app or order online now.
The celebrations are all Arsenal's after the first 45. 2-0, they lead their London rivals here at Kings Meadow. Champions Chelsea with a lot to do in this second half. They've just had a huddle out on the pitch, Sue Smith. Looks like they might have had a bit of soul searching.
Well, they know it's a massive half for them, so the fact that they've got together, Emma said her piece, now the players are saying their piece, and they'll be ready for the second half, I'm sure.
Miedema just looking a little bit chilly there, Laura. They'll be desperate to get back out there and get another 45 minutes like they've just had under the belt and another 3 points. Yeah, that's right. I think Arsenal need to kick on where they left off. I think they'll be looking for that third goal to really, punish them. So we'll see if it comes.
Well, let's join our commentary team.
Lucy Ward is alongside Adam Somerton.
Thanks, Hayley. So London pride at stake, as is Chelsea's long unbeaten record in the WSL stretches back to May 2017. And remember, they're unbeaten at home in the league since July 2016. Arsenal, the last side to beat them on their own patch in the WSL. Lucy, and there's no doubt which of the two sides was the stronger in that first half. A big 45 minutes ahead now.
Yeah, it is. Obviously Chelsea will come out firing, but Arsenal can just wait and see what they do, because they'll be desperate to score Chelsea and get a goal back, but Arsenal just need to hold firm for at least the first 10 minutes of this second half and see if they both really need that next goal.
Backman wins it here for Chelsea. Sent into the box, or near the box, by Carter. G. Anderson with the ball in. Going to break here for Kirby. And Chelsea get a fast start in this second half. Batman with the shots. Palmed out. And there was a chance for Spence, and it was last ditch from Arsenal, but they got the job done.
Severe pressure there. Romanya's goal started really with Kirby knocking out, but just the venom of the strike here from Bachmann, and that sort of reaction. Just drops the ball in front of Drew Spence, but terrific defending.
Brilliant from Williamson, wasn't it? Real last-ditch challenge. Tools Dottier. Carter with the cross. Carter and Miedema were in a straight race there. What would the message have been, do you think, from Emma Hayes at half-time?
Well, I think she just wants more from everybody in her team, really. Bigger intensity. And when you are on top, you've got to score, and that's what Chelsea didn't do at the start of the first half, and they've started this half off like they did at the start of the game, and the difference being now that they have to score if they're going to get themselves back in it.
The onus, I might argue here, was always very much on Chelsea today, the home side, the champions, behind Arsenal in the table.
Definitely is now. Arsenal could just see what Chelsea do, try and defend well and get the third goal if they can, but they're not desperate for a goal. I think that's the most important thing.
Of course, there was some defensive vulnerability shown by Arsenal in their last game. They won it against West Ham, but did concede 3 times. Engman. With the pass, but it goes towards Miedema. Eriksson got in front of her. Might yet run for Miedema. He's up against Millie Bright. Eriksson with a challenge, which was mistimed.
Unnecessary as well, Adam, because Millie Bright had done well against Miedema. Tough opponent. She managed to get the ball, to get herself in front of the ball, but can't really give away free kicks there, particularly as you're chasing the game. Miedema will be well happy with that.
Wasn't much in the way of support for Miedema, and Eriksson really did exactly probably what she wanted to do. for Chelsea. Nobbs floats in the free kick, and the header was won. And the donk couldn't quite get to it at the far post, but that was certainly one off the training ground that almost worked for the Gunners.
Quite a clever move, just to dink in. The head from Williamson, and then either Van de Donk or Miedema could get on the end of it. Both missed it. It's a clever little free kick.
He has 2 hat-tricks this season, Vivian Miedema, and against Liverpool. Loose in the cup. Kirby, Spence. Fullback maybe is on, went for goal instead. Anderson couldn't keep it down.
A little bit of a heads together between Beth Mead and Rona Batman that's been going on since they clashed earlier on in that move for Chelsea, right down below us. I've been watching it. Again, neither going to back down.
Referee getting his cross, his message to the pair of them.
Eventually, on the left hand side, so England just couldn't get a foot around it. You see here, and this just carried on. I stopped watching play actually because I was watching to see what happened here. Both guilty.
There's been a bit of edge to this though.
I think there always is. Chelsea Arsenal games, there always has been. Particularly in recent years when Chelsea have been on top in the WSL and Arsenal have sort of fallen away a bit year on year. Now Arsenal are back in it.
Just finished 3rd last season, Arsenal. And Chelsea, the champions of Manchester City, who finished 2nd best. Nobbs. Oh, that's taken the keeper by surprise! And what a spectacular way for Arsenal to make it 3. Jordan Nobbs for the Gunners.
Wow, that is incredible. What a goal that is, whether she meant that or not, and she has the capabilities to do it. I think at first I was thinking that's quite a good ball in here. And whether the wind took it or not, she definitely was looking to cross, but you'll take that as a goal any day. I think Callie Telford expected anything on her goal at that stage. Great strike that is. Cross comes shot, ends up in the back of the net. 3-0, you have to think. It's so difficult now for Chelsea to get themselves back in it.
Well, Jordan Nobbs with her 3rd league goal of the season. I look forward to asking her after the game whether she meant that or not.
You see, the same things happened to Chelsea at the start of the second half as it did the first. They were on top, they got themselves in front of goal, probably should have scored, and then conceded a goal. And so you start to lose confidence in what you're doing because of that, but they've got to keep going.
Carter.
So what you do start doing as well is making wrong decisions like that, passing the ball out of play. Chelsea have to keep going because they have got the players that can get them back in this game, but at the moment Arsenal just look so dominant. I've been really, really impressed with them.
Just kept in by G. This is very much at the moment a real statement of intent from Arsenal. They've come to the home of the champions and they've, well, you wouldn't say outplayed them, but in terms of taking chances, in terms of getting it tactically right.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I think tactically their game plan has just worked to perfection. Arsenal, that obviously they've scored when they've had the chances, conversion rate's been good, but I just think that the way that they've been set up, the way that they've played, the way the midfield have been dominant. I think that, you know, you have to give that to Joe Montemurro, that he's come here with his team and set them up perfectly.
Let's see Erin Cuthbert. Played back here by Bright to Carly Telford.
I have to say, I'm not sure that Carly Telford could have got anywhere near any of the goals. The penalty, the goal from Miedemar, and then
it's Adelina Engman who's coming off here. Cuthbert, Scotland's international, coming on here. Scored in each of her last 2 games against Brighton and SFK 2000.
Engman's had a tough game, hasn't she? And I think Cuthbert just adds that little bit more intensity, and you just need something different. Chelsea needs something different. Try and get themselves back in it.
Evans with the run forward. Van der Donk was challenged by Tours Dortier. Chelsea spinning at the minute. He says that nothing's going their way.
Yeah, it's a clever play from Van der Donk. She's invited the challenge and Dortier fell for it. Again, a really good position for Arsenal to get themselves further in front. That would just be dreamland for them.
Chelsea hadn't conceded in the league before today. Already conceded 3 today. Snob sent it in. Header was by Bright, hiding towards that near post. Good claim from Telford. He kept 4 clean sheets in a row before this one against the club in country. Chelsea have been unbeaten at home in the league since July of 2016. That defeat wasn't at this ground. There could be another one here. It's me to make it 4. Good save by Telford. Miedemar has held her position, and it's another one. Arsenal are running riot at the home of the champions. What a performance this is from the Gunners. They're blitzing Chelsea in their own backyard.
This is crazy. I mean, you look at Carly Telford's reaction there. She made the initial first stop, and that's it, giving the ball away there. Look how many bodies forward. 2 bodies, Miedemar, and then Beth Mead. She made the save there, Carly Telford. There's not really much that she can then do about that. And so 4 goals on the goalkeeper, you can't really put a fault for any of them, but they're just ruthless, Arsenal. Get the ball, win the ball high up the pitch, and then when you've got someone like Miedemar, who just magnetically drawn to that goal, again, she benefits from a little bit of a deflection, but definitely deserved that. Arsenal.
That's already Arsenal's 20th league goal of the season. This is only their 4th game.
I think the way they're playing, they're just so confident as well.
In George Kirby, who couldn't quite apply the touch.
So that's when you need just something to go your way, and the pitch is magnificent here, but it's always going to run quickly. With the rain on it, just wasn't lucky enough for Kirby to land there. Have to take those chances, Chelsea, but you can't see it back now, coming back from 4-0.
It's been a long time since they've been in this position. Chelsea in the WSL 2015 was the last time they were 4-0 down, lost 4-0 to Sunderland away from home. Anderson replaced here by Riley, making her debut for Chelsea here, the New Zealand international. Arsenal have been utterly ruthless, haven't they?
Yeah, I think so. I think that halfway through the first half, they pushed more players forward and those front 5 pressed, and I think that winning the ball there from G halfway into Chelsea's defensive half, and they just clinical when it gets to the... This is a good Chelsea team. This is a really strong Chelsea team, so you cannot underestimate the task of getting themselves 4-0 in front and how well they have played Arsenal and how well they've done.
both these clubs won. Arsenal had it for so long, didn't they? Each out to fool each other, gather up all the prizes. Tools Dottier, Cuthbert looking to get on the turn. Batman with the ball over, headed clear by Williamson. Still over half an hour to go here. Little put under pressure.
It actually is like watching an Arsenal of old. An Arsenal team that I would used to play against, and they just wipe the floor with you 3-4-5-0 against some teams.
Arsenal's best finish since last winning the WSL in 2012 is third place, which has happened 4 times now, including last season when Chelsea were the champions. A top 2 finish required for a place in next season's Champions League, which has to be, Lucy, a realistic target for Joe Montemurro.
I think so. I mean, they started the season off tremendously well. You know, this game was a turning point. Could they produce the same sort of form in this game against Chelsea? It's the sternest test yet. You know, and they've just come up trumps so far in this game.
It's a fixture that Chelsea have very much had the upper hand in the league in recent seasons. They've lost only 1 of the last 9 WSL meetings and won 5 of them too. Big win in the WSL today for Manchester City. Their players may be getting home and turning on the television and seeing that scoreline in the corner of the screen will be raising eyebrows.
Yeah, I think you could say it was unexpected. I don't think anybody expected that. Probably even Arsenal. You know, they felt confident they could come here and take the 3 points, but I wouldn't suspect they'd ever thought they could score 4 goals against Chelsea.
Ramona Batman. Bloodworth headed clear. Tools Dottier. Flicked by Kirby. That was not a good challenge by Spence, and the referee is straight across here, as were several of the Arsenal players.
Yeah, I think just, again, you talk about reaction of players, and the immediate reaction from the Arsenal players is that is not a good challenge from Drew Spence. Yes, she'll be frustrated, but that's not the sort of challenge that you should be making. I think somebody was pointing out, Valti was pointing out, that it was the 3rd or 4th challenge like that.
It is going to just be yellow for Drew Spence. I have to say, I did wonder for a moment whether the card could be a different colour there.
I think the reaction of the ref and the reaction of the players, he sort of sat and thought about this, but Kim Little did well to take that out of defence, but she just caught her legs behind. That's not a red card offence, but I think from the Arsenal players it was more so in terms of how many challenges Drew Spence has made, and from behind that's not a good challenge to make.
Maybe sums up Chelsea's frustrations right now. They've become a winning machine in recent years.
I see, that's such a shame.
It is, isn't it? Because she's been absolutely instrumental to what Arsenal have done here today.
Best player on the pitch today, Kim Little, and you know she's had a bad injury, and hopefully that's nothing to do with anything that she's had previously.
Yeah, I really do hope that she doesn't have to spend any time out again. Kim Little, she's been in tremendous form. 10 goals in 9 games now for club and country. Arsenal readying a change. Katie McCabe is the player coming on. Had started the previous game, the Irish international. McCabe. Pretty good form this season. 4 goals in 5 appearances in all competitions.
I'm looking down at Kim Little to see what it could be, and I think it might be ankle. She took her boot off, sat on the bench.
Loose header from Williamson. Kirby now for Chelsea. Angles tight. Well defended by Bloodworth.
3 or 4 players on Fran Kirby then. Probably could have pulled the trigger a little bit earlier, but such quick feet she has.
Chelsea still plugging away. Showing good character, the champions, when you consider the position that they're in. They've certainly not given this up. It's a very long way back now. We talked a lot about Arsenal in terms of their attacking, Lucy. We'd have to say, defensively, they've been great as well here.
Yeah, I think they have. You know, that it was always a question mark against Williamson and Bloodworth that they could cope with the movement and pace up front that Chelsea have, but so far they have defended well as a unit.
Cuthbert strikes one. Oh, worth a go.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they may get frustrated as the game just progresses. They're that far behind that they snatch at efforts and make the wrong decision. It was worth a go from there for Cuthbert.
Mitchell.
If it does get a little bit bitty now, this game, just disrupting with little fouls, hopefully not as bad as the foul from Drew Spence.
Eriksson, 25-game unbeaten run that Chelsea are on in the WSL, but they trail by 4 goals to 0 here in this London derby. Carter. Backman. Bright. G looking to get to it. Couldn't do so before Evans. Now it's Mead leading this counter-attack here for Arsenal. Nobbs has made her way into the middle. It's Jordan Nobbs! Great Arsenal goal! Another swift counter-attack. Another Jordan Nobbs goal. And this scoreline is scarcely believable. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 5.
See, it's just the pace and the precision of the counter-attack that Arsenal have. What a ball that is from Mead. And she doesn't even need to look at the goal there. Jordan Nobbs, she knows exactly where she's going to put the ball. She holds the run enough so she's not caught offside. Takes it first time. Couldn't get enough on it. Carly Telford, 5-0. Well, Liverpool will be looking at this and thinking their score wasn't so bad at the start of the season when Arsenal beat them. 5-0.
Jordan Nobbs, that run from midfield that we've seen her do so many times before, but Joe Montemoro's team have produced one of the performances, I would suggest, Lucy, of the WSL era. They've been that good to them.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they've made Chelsea look absolutely ordinary, and they're really not ordinary, and I think it's more to do with how well and how confident Arsenal's players been. You know, we talk about how well Kim Little's played, but I think all players have been good, but Valti just is immense just in front of that back four. He can pick them all out.
Valti is a player who they've signed at a great time in her career in terms of her maturity, has been playing in Germany, is 25, and that's the sort of age, isn't it, Lucy, where you start to really mature as a player, particularly that sort of player in that sort of position.
Yeah, she completely understands what her position is all about. She knows where she needs to be at what time. When the ball comes to her, everything just slows down. She just deals with the ball really well, and she started that attack as it came to her. You know, ball quite high up to her. She brought it down and passed it within a couple of passes to Beth Mead, and then they scored the 5th goal.
I didn't think I'd be saying this, but the worrying thing for Emma Hayes and her staff, there's still another 20 minutes and more of this to go, and the mood that Arsenal are in.
Just want to go home when this happens to you, believe me.
Weather's not great either. Not that the Arsenal players will mind.
It's a day that they will remember.
Readying another change. Bright with the throw in. This is Millie Bright. Kirby. Williams.
Quite a lot of the time it involves Bachmann. She likes to have a little go. One of those who likes an argument in an empty room, I think. Great player though.
Clearance missed by Bright. Miedemar is the player chasing, but the flag is up on that far side.
Particularly think Miedemar thought the ball would find her. She had stood herself in an offside position. She won't care.
Two Arsenal players on a hat-trick, Miedemar and Nobbs. The thing they would also say about Joe Montemoro's time at Arsenal, Lucy, is that players who were already at the club as well seem to have improved for me, individually and collectively. Someone like Leah Williamson, for instance.
Yeah, I think he gets the best out of players, and sometimes that's not just about what happens on the training ground, but Bethany down there. Again, another player who's got better under his tutelage.
It's good news for England, of course. Kept in by Cuthbert, cleared by Bloodworth. Meads. Torsdottir. Great thing as well about someone like Leah Williamson is that she's an Arsenal fan too. Says her and her grandma used to go and watch the men's team. They had season tickets. Here's Carter. Bachmann with the movement into the middle. Just couldn't apply the important touch.
Yeah, there's a difference. You know, players that you usually rely on in front of goal, like Bachmann and Kirby, it's just not happening for them today. Sometimes you have days like that. You just write them off at the end of it.
Anna Blundell is the player who's come on to replace Carter, a straight swap on the right-hand side for Chelsea.
It's not the best position as you're coming on 5-0 down in this wind and rain. Anna Blundell.
possession play. Been largely on the counter-attack.
Yeah, it has, but at this stage in the game, you know, Chelsea are just seeing the game out. You know, they know they're not going to get back in it, and it's so difficult to keep concentrating on what you're supposed to be doing. I think the only negative for Arsenal today is the injury to Kim Little.
Knobs. So keen to get back into the matches away at high-flying Birmingham. And we will be there live on BT Sport next Sunday at 12:15 on 3. And that won't be easy either, will it? Birmingham have had a good start.
Yeah, they have. Now they need to recover quickly from this game for the midweek Champions League, but this has to just be forgotten about in terms of confidence, but analysed in terms of how it actually got to 5-0, what on earth went wrong in their game plan. They have to give the credit to Arsenal the way that they've approached this game, but questions have to be asked of Chelsea, and I'm sure they will be.
G looking for Batman, it's just ever so slightly over here. You look how commanding position Arsenal are in here, Lucy, but you think all the way back to at 0-0. If England takes that chance,
yeah, I mean,
very different.
Yeah, you've got to score when you're on top, particularly when you're playing a top team, and that's what Chelsea didn't do. And then, like I say, when you end up conceding, when you're on top and playing well, you start to question what you're doing. Is it right? You lose confidence a little bit.
Dodds, Arsenal stream forward again here. Jules Dottier preventing Miedemar getting to that. Lundell. Batman. Lundell. Williamson got it clear. He is challenged by Bright on Balti.
Balti had played a little bit more in English football, and seeing Bright coming towards her like that, she probably let her have it. It's just the frustration from Millie Bright. Just jump over that when you know it's coming. Really strong challenge.
Free kick for Chelsea. Cuthbert will take this for the champions. Hooks in a good delivery. Ericsson, who got something on it but couldn't divert it towards goal.
It's not your day. It's not your day. Usually you get a little bit of luck at some point in front of goal, and Chelsea have had none.
Beth Mead, the player coming off here. He's had a busy week, having started for England against Australia on Tuesday as well. Big smile as she is replaced here by Jessica Samuelsson, who's a Swedish international. Things that we talked about a lot in recent years, Lucy, is the depth of Chelsea's squad. What do you think about Arsenal in that respect? Have they got the depth required to win the title?
Well, they've not got as many subs as Chelsea today. You'd probably say that they're not as strong in depth, but sometimes that can not work in your favour, because if you can play, barring injuries, if you can play a similar sort of 11, maybe a couple of changes week on week, then you develop relationships all the way around the pitch, and the players are used to playing with each other. Sometimes when you chop and change a lot, it's very difficult to get into any sort of rhythm. So there's pros and cons for both of them, but if Arsenal can keep people fit, obviously a worry is that the injury to Kim Little today, and how serious hopefully that isn't. They're in with a shout, and like I said, they're not involved in Champions League, so they've only really got the league and the cup competitions, and probably one game a week, probably less.
Bright. Clearance by Bloodworth. Intercepted by Cuthbert. Now it's dry. Cuthbert. They are showing good character out there, Chelsea. G. Batman. Chance to get one back.
Oh, that was going to nestle in the side netting. Inside the goal then, but just went past the upright. Again, just venom in the strike from Bachmann. They rushed the shot in the end. Like I say, Arsenal will be determined to keep a clean sheet against Chelsea, because I think that says more than anything. The goals are good, but if you can come here and nil the champions, then you're doing something right.
How concerned do you think privately Emma Hayes will be getting, Lucy, about the lack of Chelsea goals? They've only scored 2 in this, well, it's now their 5th game in this season's WSL.
Yeah, and it's actually unbelievable, the players that they've got on the pitch, that they cannot get the ball in the back of the net, but I'm sure it will come. They've scored the goals against Brighton. I would think there's just a small nagging doubt within her of how she can get the best out of these players.
But rushing out to beat Miedemar. Something that's, I don't know about you, I find almost impossible to explain how few goals Chelsea have scored when you consider how different it was last season.
Yeah, I mean, they've changed formation at 4 at the back. 3 at the back worked really well, 3-4-3 last season. You know, they were scoring goals for fun, defending quite well as well, and that helps. But I think they've sort of settled on this 4, and they've, up until today, not really conceded that many, and that was really important. I mean, this has been a freak result, and all credit to Arsenal for that.
Blundell. Cuthbert. Spence. And Bachmann. Ludworth at the last.
So important for the back 4 and the goalkeeper to make sure that Chelsea don't score.
Last minute of normal time. Arsenal seems to preserve this clean sheet. Not many shut Chelsea out, particularly at home. G. Another good header cleared by Williamson, who's been absolutely outstanding at the back today. Out by Mitchell. Looks like Van der Donk is okay. Take a whack to the face there, though. Feels for handball. Nothing doing. And Arsenal go on the counters out. The referee's had to hold this because, again, Drew Spence has got involved. She's got to be very careful because she's on a yellow card, Drew Spence, and the last thing that Chelsea need after this scoreline is a red card.
It's just the frustration's bubbling over, particularly for Chelsea. The ball skimmed up and hit Van der Donk's arm. Some referees give those sort of decisions, he didn't, and Drew Spence not happy about it and ended up in an argument with Van der Donk. She's not worth it, got to stay away. And Kirby got herself in the middle. You see here, it hit her arm, but they both sort of just had a little go at each other. It's just not worth it. See Frank Kirby, the voice of reason.
Minutes of added time remaining, just under that in actual fact. Let's get Lucy Ward's player of the match.
Yeah, the cameras give it away slightly in terms of Kim Little. I think when the game was in the balance and Chelsea were on top, she grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, and I think for that and the way that she played since then, to get Arsenal 2 or 3 goals in front, she has to be the player of the match. What a player, and hopefully that the challenge caused an injury that isn't serious. I could name probably 3 or 4 from the Arsenal team. You know, look at Jordan Nobbs, Miedemar, Vaulty, the back four and the goalkeeper have all done well.
As Joe Montemuro approaches his year anniversary in charge, you really do get the feeling, I think, that things are coming together very nicely indeed for Arsenal. What would your final thoughts be, Lucy? What an amazing scoreline.
Yeah, dominant performance from Arsenal. They rode the Chelsea pressure early on in the first half and the second half, and then I just think they were just so ruthless in front of goal. He got his tactics, Joe Montemuro there got his tactics absolutely spot on. His game plan has worked probably better than he ever expected, and they scored their chances. Chelsea, probably a day for them to forget, but they'll come again.
Right. Arsenal take the points. Chelsea's long unbeaten run in the WSL is ended in a London derby. A massive statement of intent by Joe Montemuro's Gunners. Jordan Nobbs with 2 of the goals. We saw Miedemar get a couple as well. It was the player of the match, Kim Little, who'd opened the scoring. The Gunners maintain their 100% start. Chelsea's first league defeat in 26 matches. They've not lost at home, Emma Hayes' side in the WSL, since July 2016. Arsenal with the winners that day as well. What a performance from the Gunners in a London derby as well. Full time, amazingly, Chelsea 0, Arsenal 5. Let's tell you what we have coming up on BT Sports. In the Heineken Champions Cup in Scotland, it's Glasgow against Saracens. That's now on 2, also in 4K. Also in the Champions Cup, Toulon against Newcastle on 3. Fantastic documentary that you can see tonight as well. Shoulder to shoulder tonight at 6:30 on 2. And don't forget as well, all the goals from the National League this weekend tonight at 10 o'clock on 2. The day in the WSL, and we've seen today, Lucy Ward, a big statement of intent from Arsenal in terms of the title race. They've got to be genuine contenders.
Yeah, they have. They started the season off really well. This was a big test coming here today to Chelsea, and they passed it with flying colours. They absolutely wiped the floor with Chelsea all over the pitch. Got the 5 goals, complete dominance, and you know that this is a really, really definitive performance, I think, for Arsenal at the start of this season.
What of Chelsea, Lucy? I guess they'll be glad in a way that they've got a big Champions League tie to pick themselves up for on Wednesday against Fiorentina.
Yeah, I mean, they'll look back at this, they'll pick out small bits. You know, the message has to be that we've got to go on to the next game, and she talked about Emma Hayes, you know, taking one game at a time, and teams are going to have this. They're going to lose a game they don't expect to and get walloped because another team's, you know, playing really, really well, but the next game's a big game, and you know, they can concentrate on that from tomorrow.
Let's get some Arsenal reaction then. Ellie Barber is with Viviane Miedemar and Jordan Nobbs.
Viviane, what a performance, what a result. I mean, I know you probably did come here confident, but did that outweigh your expectations today?
Yeah, I think so. Like, of course, we know Chelsea has a good team. They've showed that last year, even this season already, and I think we've done amazing today. Of course, we started a bit like shaky the first 10 minutes, but we picked it up, and I think we were the better team today, easy.
It was the first goal certainly got you on your way. You never looked back. It was ruthless, Jordan.
Yeah, I think, you know, this one especially, you know, the way she's been performing and scoring goals for us is frightening, but I think the whole team did today put in a shift, and we really deserve the points.
It has been an incredible goal-scoring start to your season. We've already surpassed last season's tally. You look as fit as you've been since you've come here. Would that be right?
Yeah, I am. Like, I've been struggling last season, and I feel good now. I feel fit, and I think you can see in the team that everyone is fit and like enjoying playing football, and like that helps me a lot. And I'm just happy I can help the team. But what Jordan said today was a real team performance.
2 goals for yourself, 2 goals for you as well, Jordan. I have to ask you though, was it a cross?
Yeah, it was a cross. I was like, don't tell anyone, but I will take it. So yeah, it happens, but yeah, I mean, I was glad to get my second goal and show that I can actually kick a ball a bit better. But yeah, no, I'm glad to get on the score sheet again, and I'm just really proud of the girls today. It's tough coming here and playing a top team, and we know that there's going to be bigger games ahead as well.
Yeah, it certainly was a fantastic performance. Well done today to both of you as Arsenal put 5 goals past Chelsea in a 5-star performance. It finished here at Kings Meadow, Chelsea 0, Arsenal 5. More reaction to come after this break.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
With everyday low prices and nothing to pay until 2019, there's no need to wait for your dream kitchen. You can do it when you're being Hewitt.
When we're on the move, our shoes can often provide little or no support to our feet. Introducing Neothotics, new orthotic insoles from Neo-G, featuring our True Arch support and targeted silicone cushion zones designed to help add comfort to every step. Take every day in your stride with Neothotics from Neo-G. For weak, injured or arthritic joints, Neo-G's range of premium medical-grade supports provides support where you need it most, helping you stay active.
Because Michael is a keen fisherman, he's hooked a rather special number plate for his car.